This is Unit 3, Day 4, Part 2. So continuing on here with this example 30, this basically walks you through the AC method step by step. Okay, so I'm not going to walk through these steps because I'm going to actually do a couple of the next ones with you. So if you look at example 31, it says factor each by the AC method, split the middle. Okay, so ready? Here we go. So you're still going to multiply. Remember, it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So a and c means you're going to multiply the 2 times the negative 10. So to stay organized, I kind of put that my AC, my a times c, would be 2x squared times negative 10 would be negative 20x squared. The b is the middle term, what they have to add to, and that's a negative 1x. All right, so now you have to think of two numbers that multiply to give you negative 20, but then would add to give you a negative 1. So those numbers are going to be 4 and 5, but be careful of your signs. It's positive 4 and negative 5. So I didn't put the x's in there, so you could probably call it 4x and negative 5x. So when you multiply them, 4x times negative 5x would be negative 20x squared, but 4x minus 5x is going to be a negative 1x. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take these two terms right here that we just found, and that's going to become your new b. So you're not going to use the b they gave you. So we're going to rewrite it as 2x squared plus 4x minus 5x, and then copy down your c. So all we did was replace that negative x with our two terms. Now we're going to split down the middle, and we're going to factor by grouping. So you're going to GCF both sides. So I'm going to divide out a 2x. I'm left with x plus 2. My goal is to get a matching binomial of x plus 2 on the other side. In order for me to do that, I have to divide out a negative 5. So negative 5x divided by negative 5, I'm going to be left with x plus 2. Remember, you write that match down one time only, and now what's left on the outside gets combined together, written as a binomial in parentheses as 2x minus 5. So there's my answer. Okay, you can check by using the store key, storing your favorite number and checking, or just FOIL that to make sure you ended up with what you got. Okay, so part B. Again, a times c would be 4x squared. The b is negative 4x. So you have to think of two numbers that multiply to give you that 4 but would add to negative 4. It's going to be negative 2 and negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 would be positive 4x squared, but then when you add them, you're going to get negative 4x. All right, so again, that replaces, those two terms replace this b in the middle. So I rewrite it as 4x squared minus 2x minus 2x, copy down the c. Split down the middle, GCF both sides. Okay, so I'm going to factor out a 2x again, and then I'm left with 2x minus 1. On the other side, I factor out a negative 1. So there's no numbers to take out, so it's either 1 or negative 1. You take out the negative when you need the signs to be what they have to be. So I end up with 2x minus 1 again. This match gets written down one time, so that's the binomial 2x minus 1. And then on my outside, it's also a 2x minus 1. So you could leave it as that, but anytime you have something written twice that's identical, you could write it as 2x minus 1 in quantity squared. Okay? All right, example 32, which is the last one here. It says, we now can factor difficult quadratic expressions, quadratic trinomials in the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 1. So again, just a reminder, guys, your leading coefficient is greater than 1. That's how you know you're going to use this AC split the middle or slip and slide. Okay? Or guess and check. It says, you can now decide which method you prefer. Factor each of the following. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one using slip and slide just to kind of review it, and then I'm going to do one using AC split the middle. Okay? All right, so the first one, I'm going to slip out the 3, and I write x squared plus 10x, and I still multiply 3 times negative 8, and I get negative 24. I'm going to factor old school, so in my head I'm saying what multiplies to a negative 24 but adds to a 10. and it ends up being, let's see here, I think 12 and 2. So positive 12 minus 2. Yep, that's going to give me negative 24. It would also give me positive 10. Okay, you're going to slip the 3 back in front of each binomial. So I get 3x plus 12, and I'm going to get 3x minus 2. Now, I'm going to just reduce this binomial both by 3. So if I divide both those factors by 3, I'm going to be left with x plus 4 is my first binomial. The second binomial has nothing to reduce. Uh-oh, did I do something with one of my signs here? No. So that's going to be 3x minus 2. Okay? All right. Now, the next one, I'm going to do AC method. So to stay organized, I write down AC. So I get 6 times negative 20 is going to be negative 120. If you want to be technical, put your x squared there. And the b, the middle, has to add to 7x. So now here's where you're going to have to use that calculator. On the top of your head, on the fly here, you're not going to be able to decide what two numbers multiply to 120 but then would add to that 7. So you're going to have to use your calculator. And you just start doing 120 divided by 2, 120 divided by 3, 120 divided by 4 until you can get the combination that will give you a 7. Eventually, when you divide it by 8, you're going to learn that 15 times 8 is 120. Now, in order for me to get a positive 7, I need it to be positive 15x minus 8. So if you check with your calculators, 15 times negative 8 would be negative 20, but 15 minus 8 would be positive 7. Remember, that replaces your b. So you're going to get 6x squared plus 15x minus 8x, copy down your c, minus 20. Split the middle and do the GCF on both sides. So now we're kind of like vector by grouping here. So now in the first one, I could take out a 3x, and when I divide both of those by 3x here, I'm going to get a 2x, and then I divide that by 3x and I get plus 5. Okay? Now on the other side, you're saying to yourself, what can I divide out of an 8 and a 20? I'm thinking 4. Okay, be careful with your sides. If I divide out a negative 4, a negative 8x divided by a negative 4 would give me my positive 2x, which I need. And my negative 20 divided by my negative 4 would give me my plus 5 that I need. So that matching binomial gets written one time only as 2x plus 5. And now my outsides, 3x minus 4, is my second binomial. Okay, and I think that is the last example for this one.